So my car have now done 350,000 kilometers, and the car is from 2006, so it's like 17 years old. So all of the vacuum lines, those flexible hoses going to the turbo, I have changed because with time they dry rot and such and start leaking, and then the turbo won't activate. Also, I've changed the magnetic valve that opens electronically that we see there by the engine management, letting vacuum flow to the turbo and then activating the turbo itself. So I just wanted my vacuum system to work optimally, so I bought a new vacuum pump from a car that had only done like 80,000 kilometers, and as we can see, my vacuum pump here is also fairly rusty. So looking at the internet, a vacuum pump should last like the life of the engine itself, but since my car had done 350,000 kilometers, it doesn't hurt to change it. So maybe your vacuum pump is not working or it's leaking. You can also follow this video here because you can install new gaskets and such to stop the leaking. And the vacuum pump, I think, is driven by the exhaust camshaft, and there's also like an open hole, I guess, into the crankcase, so there's always like oil vapor going into the vacuum pump, supplying it with oil and lubricating it. So there's always some oil in this vacuum pump. And we start off by taking the vacuum line to the brake booster off. It's this hard line, and we really need to push down on all of this button there on the side to be able to get it off. Otherwise you can't get it off, and you maybe end up breaking that hose, and that's fairly hard to get and also expensive. Taking off the vacuum line for the turbo, it's just this flexible hose, and that one you can really easily pull off, and then it's just held in by 3 screws into the engine itself. I used an Torx like key to take it off because I don't really know what those kind of screws are, but Torx works with it. So here we are mounting a new gasket into my new one because I just wanted everything to work optimally, but I tried opening up the old one, but I couldn't get it because the screws on the vacuum pump seizes up, and trying to get those small Torx screw off, they might round off fairly easily. So maybe it's just easier to get a newer pump than to replace this inner gasket here. And I've taken apart this pump earlier because I just wanted to see how it looked on the inside, so it was clean of oil, but before mounting everything back I needed to lubricate the inside for it to work and not have metal to metal contact prematurely wearing down the inside there. And then we just hook everything back up, this hard vacuum hose and also the flexible one, and then installing the new gasket, cleaning the surface on the engine, and then putting in the vacuum pump and just tightening the 3 screws, and not make sure to over tight them. So to change vacuum pump maybe like takes 10 minutes, I guess, if you do it correctly, and it will maybe make it a little bit easier when you have watched this video.